Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of August 2021. I do want to thank you genuinely for joining me, but I also want to remind you in this moment to go ahead and like the video, to leave me a comment down below about your situation, how the reading resonates, or some emojis if you so choose. And don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But when meditating on your energy overall for the reading, the message that came through, of course, in regards to the subject of money and career was so abundant but still unsatisfied. So abundant but still unsatisfied. So as I shift everything on over, we're going to pull a simple 6-card spread from the Light Seers Tarot deck. And as I do the initial shuffling, if I could say it, excuse me, keep in mind general money and career monthly read for the sign of Aquarius. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else. Whatever placements it ends up being for you within your chart all apply. If you're here to hear about an Aquarius, you're more than welcome to join. But don't forget to check out the other placements within your chart for more messages. And as well, I'm accepting requests at this time for personal readings. So just head down to the description box where you'll see the options, pricing, and my email, and I'll get that started for you. Alrighty, as I struggle to shuffle, let's see here. For our lovely Aquarians for their money and career for August 2021, thank you, Spirit. Excuse me, the rain is just a little bit distracting and there's some noise in the background on top of it. You might feel like your work environment is just very noisy. Wow, we have 5 out of the 6. We're going to keep shuffling for the last one for Aquarius for the money and career for August. The last and final card. Thank you, Spirit. Alrighty. 7 of Cups at the bottom. I find that a lot of you either feel as if with the 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles as well, feel as if you don't fit in your current work environment, or feeling a little bit down or depleted due to your financial status at this time, or the lack of money for whatever reason, or feeling as if your career isn't heading in the right direction. And Spirit saying, we're giving you clues throughout the month, signs, synchronicities, to kind of guide you in the right direction, to open a door to a new opportunity that's meant for you. As with the 7 of Cups, you're being guided to make a lot of important decisions, right? Feeling like, again, it's a bit of a chaotic sort of experience all the meanwhile, but a lot of, excuse me, a lot of distractions, a lot of difficulties along the way, but a lot of important decisions to be made, including big purchases, small purchases, for some of you, a new job or a side hustle. Just feeling like there's a lot of pressure wrapped up in it all. But with the 8 of Wands as well, feeling like the bottom of the deck is quite relevant. Things are moving quickly. A little bit too quickly, if you ask me. And so we're beginning the spread with the 2 of Wands. You begin the month of August feeling this lack, this void within, feeling like your job that you're working currently or the business you're running is just not doing it for you, or you're just not getting where you need to. Feeling like there's just so much more to experience within your career, but at the very, very least, a lot of Aquarians are lacking that sort of satisfaction, that money kind of fulfillment within. Feeling like you could have so much more. At times it feels like you have enough, but then it's like there's just something missing. Some of you feel like you don't have enough money to travel, to experience different cultures that you desire at this time. I'm hearing, why is it that I'm not living life differently? Feeling as if you wish to be working a job that allowed you the opportunity to live life differently, like I said, traveling, or simply feeling as if it's just a sort of ending chaotic battle, never-ending battle to kind of achieve certain financial goals or career goals, and at times feeling like things just kind of fall flat even still. But at the same time, you need to kind of keep that beautiful Aquarian chin up in the air and realize that everything's going to work out at the end of the day. As I'm drawn back to the overall message, it's a month where you're going to be feeling so abundant, but still, to a certain extent, a bit unsatisfied. And we're moving on to the Knight of Wands. And so you make your way to the middle of the first half of the month. Bear with me as my camera keeps struggling. I'm passionate, I'm confused, I'm struggling, but I'm trying to laugh my way through it is the vibe I'm getting. You trying to march to the beat of your own drum, kind of get your voice out there in one way, shape, or form, given you have a lot to say from your past life experiences up until now, but then just feeling like it's a bit difficult where you are, or feeling as if certain energies around you are making it that much more difficult, right? I'm unsatisfied is what I'm hearing, but I can't seem to put my finger on it. Why is it that it's just hard to kind of grasp or deal with at this point in time? Feeling most definitely overwhelmed with all that's taking place, all that's transpiring, and it's like, I'm me, I'm a passionate kind of creative individual, and I, again, have a lot to say, but where am I meant to do that? How am I meant to go about it? Why can't I figure this out? And it's at this point in the month, or more so as you make your way to the end of the first half, where the Ten of Cups, where abundance starts to roll in, excuse me if I could even say it, as you are forced to do a bit of reflecting, asking yourself important questions about your current situation, your career, your finances, all how it ties in and intertwines with the rest of your life, the other categories. Asking yourself, well, why is it that you're feeling colorful towards the end of the first half? Because you are receiving different forms of abundance, right? For some of you, it's a new job. For some of you, it's a new side hustle or a bit of money to kind of make you feel a bit more comfortable or at ease, allowing for you to ride the waves and experience what there is to within your money, career, or life in general. Remembering that you have, for some Aquarians, there are people that depend on you, and it's a lot of pressure that kind of makes you tense at times, feeling as if you need to support them financially, right? Or maintain that level of career security to a certain extent. A lot of you Aquarians taking on multiple jobs in order to make ends meet, or to do what you simply have to take care of your loved ones, or even just yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Feeling at times your work life just takes over, and kind of yeah, it takes over, and you don't really have that balance between the other areas of your life, or your areas in general. And there's going to be a spotlight I'm hearing as I'm drawn to kind of this sunlight here, if you can see it, on your self-care towards the end of the first half, where Spirit and the universe is saying you don't take care of yourself enough, right? Even when you know you should, you don't. And it's like you just kind of get wrapped up in your mind, in your analytical Aquarian mind, and you're like, how can I figure this out, figure that out? How can I make this better? How can I make that better? How about taking a moment towards the end of the month where you're pushed to by your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your the universe, if I could name them all, to focus and figure out how to better implement more self-care so that you can best extend your efforts, right, your resources towards your career and financial goals at this time. Feeling like, again, a lot of you, even if you're feeling a bit left out, a bit out of place, or a bit stressed about your situation, you have a lot of decisions to make, right, about your future, about where things are about to head, about where things are heading. And the reason I just kind of got jumbled in that wording is because towards the end, as you make your way to the second half, things will feel a bit quieter. Things will feel a bit more at ease. It'll feel like, okay, I made that decision. That's a weight off my shoulder. Or you just feel like a bit of abundance coming in makes things 10 times easier for you, or a bit less chaotic. How beautiful is that? And we move on to the second half of the spread in the month, where we have Judgment. Time to release the struggles. Time to release that old Aquarius that certain people around you seem to want to hold on to, or kind of force you to maintain. And you're like, I'm a new individual, and I'm growing and evolving, and it's beautiful. And it's you needing to release that stress and tension built up when things kind of feel a bit more chaotic, and it kind of goes up and down throughout this second half. But it's like, remember that beautiful feeling and how well deserved it was, right? At times, a lot of you trying to do your best to stay consistent with your efforts, with your goals, feeling like there's just a lot of pressure once again, and a lot on your plate, a hefty workload, right? For one reason or another, a lot of you asking for it. But being aligned with the Two of Wands, it's like, even when this is taking place, a lot of you are like, I'm feeling abundant, and I know I am. I know that there's a lot to be thankful for and grateful for. But again, I still feel out of place, or just feeling like there's something I'm lacking, right? Whether it's your job just isn't ideal, or you just don't have enough money, or all of which, feeling, or both of which, rather, feeling as if you're trying to strive for new changes and adjustments to improve your situation, but how do you even go about it, right? Or is it worth it, is the question that's coming to be. Stay positive, stay optimistic, stay present, as it's going to be very easy when you begin or make your way through this first chunk of the second half to drift to the past or stress over the future overly, way too much, leaving you quite anxious or just on edge even more so. And there's enough people in situations you're wrapped up with at this time that are going to make you feel that way. So need to kind of, again, implement more self-care and just keep your mind simplistic and do your best to release the pressure, the built up tension within your body, right? Especially within your shoulders. And a lot of you will be sort of scrunching your face is what I'm getting. And that's not going to help you in business meetings and making decisions or just kind of the vibe you're giving off. So just release all that tension, my friend. 5 of Cups. And again, as I was just saying, you make your way to the middle of the second half of the month and you can't help but drift to the past. Stress over certain past financial choices that didn't work out, that weren't smart, right? And it's like, okay, I regret that, but so be it. But a lot of you, again, regretting leaving a job. I didn't mention that yet. And it's like you sort of trying to gather your thoughts and being like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. So let's slow down. Let's think before we speak. Feeling like there's a lot on the line, a lot on your plate. And it's like, you're a thinker, right? So why are you thinking so quickly while you're speaking? Allow yourself to take a moment, think, and be like, oh, okay, I understand what I want now. I understand the next step now. Even though I don't fully have like the full vision of what's ahead, I know how to proceed. And it feels like at times your mind makes things, you can hear the rain again, a little bit more chaotic than it needs to be. But being aligned with the Knight of Wands, all the meanwhile, it's like, you need to compare when you're feeling this way, kind of down in the dumps or just stressing over the past, and when you're feeling more motivated, more, that your life is feeling more colorful, you're feeling more passionate. Well, what is the difference, right? A lot of the times is your mental state, your mental habits, or, and again, there's factors, people, energies, situations around you that affect it negatively at times, but if you can't really control that to a certain extent. You can implement changes, of course, but it feels like it's on the horizon, right? So in the meantime, let's work on the mental habits, keep things present, optimistic, and you'll feel 10 times better. You'll be able to more so focus on the abundance at hand that you're experiencing instead of that level of feeling unsatisfied or just as if you don't fit in or that void within, right? Moving on to the last and final card, we have the Knight of Swords. And so you make your way to wrap up the second half of the month and the month in general, and a lot of you just find this, okay, things are coming back. I'm feeling more upbeat, more motivated. I can do this, wanting to run after a new job, a new change, a new financial status, right? Feeling as if things are more possible. A lot of reminders come through from Spirit and the universe to remind you, you are an Aquarius, you can do this. Right? Just think about it for a second and your beautiful analytical mind will figure it out. Will come to the conclusion that you're destined to succeed in one way, shape, or form. But being aligned with the 10 of Cups, it's towards the end of the month where you, for some of you, I'm getting that you're running away from a job. You leave it even before you get a new one and it's like, hands up, I'm done. It's time to run towards a sense of traveling, more experiences, or just freedom, that sense of inner peace that comes over you when you leave and you, find yourself 10 times more comfortable looking for a new position, a new job to replace it. Some of you running towards a new business that you want to get off the ground. But being aligned with the 10 of Cups, it's you, again, running towards that sense of completion, fulfillment, you allowing yourself to remember that at times you can feel, if you wrap yourself up with the abundance in your life, and accept that at times things are not as satisfying as they need to be, but it's up to you to make changes and implement sort of these adjustments to see the results you desire as you strive for new levels of success within your career and your finances. All right, Aquarius. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to email me about booking a personal reading. I hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.